This is one of the highest income level neighborhoods in the entire city. And we're gonna go over the pros and cons. Today, we are in the neighborhood of Santa Maria de los Angeles in El Poblado. The first pro is this beautiful park. Franco, where are we at?
We are at the Inflexion Memorial Park. This park was built to commemorate the victims of the drug-related crimes that happened in the 80s and the 90s here in Medellin. So it's a very important part of Medellin here.
Yeah, in 1989, there were 71 bombs were exploded in Medellin in 1989.
Yeah.
And in 1991, there was over 6,000 homicides, which led to like a homicide rate of 350 per 100,000, which is like incredibly high. So it was the murder capital of the world.
Yeah.
And they built this park here that we're walking through right now.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful park, just sad for the reason why it was built.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see the type of people that live here. It's definitely residential. So I think that's another pro. Mm-hmm. The fact that there are two major parks, this one and the one that we're going to end up at.
Right.
And the fact that it is residential. You've got a lot of families. You've got a church right here that we're going to go by.
Yeah.
A lot of older people live here because this has been a neighborhood that has been around for many years, right? What's another pro of this neighborhood?
So a pro, in my opinion, is that since this place is so residential, it'd be great for anyone that is looking to live here long term. It's going to be more quiet around here, and especially if you work from home, you're not going to get a lot of that traffic noise, a lot of that construction noise going on, and that you see in other parts of Medellin.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those places that if I didn't live in the adjacent neighborhood, I would live here. The adjacent neighborhood is Patio Bonito. That's where I live. That's Estrato 5. Yeah. And immediately when you cross the border into this neighborhood, which is an Estrato 6. And for those of you that don't know what an Estrato is, in Colombia, we have a classification system for neighborhoods based on income levels. And it goes from 1 to 6. 5 and 6 are the highest. And this neighborhood is the highest. And you can tell, look how beautiful this place is. Look at these streets. The sidewalks are nice.
Yeah, everything is clean.
Very clean.
No graffiti in sight either.
This is a government building right there. So we are in El Poblado, and you know that El Poblado is the most expensive neighborhood to be in the entire city. And we are in a sub-neighborhood of Santa Maria de los Angeles that is completely flat. So for me, that's another pro, is that it's completely flat, very green, very walkable. But when it comes to economics, this is going to be less expensive than some of the more exclusive neighborhoods up the hill, where you have to basically have a car to get to, right? The price per square meter is between 7 million to 10 million per square meter. A brand new construction, there aren't many here, by the way, but we did find one, and that one for a 2-bedroom. That was how many square meters? Like 72?
70 square meters, yeah. 2-bedroom. You're looking at about 16 million per square meter.
Yeah, and how much was that for the apartment in dollars?
In dollar amount, that comes around roughly to 325,000 US dollars.
Yeah, so that's expensive for Medellin. That's expensive for Colombia. And for those of you that are screaming gentrification, 99% of the people that live in this neighborhood are Colombian, and that buy in this neighborhood are Colombian. Yeah. For the mere fact that many foreigners don't even know about this neighborhood. It's kind of like a hidden gem.
Yeah, and that could be a pro too. It's a hidden gem, not so advertised like compared to in Manila, Provenza.
Right.
So you'll probably have less buying competition down here.
Yeah, your competition are just wealthy Colombians, and there are a lot of them. Well, the advantage that Colombians have is that they have access to credit here. Foreigners have to come with cash.
Right.
And this is a very sought after neighborhood. So if you do have credit as a Colombian, you're going to look at a neighborhood like this, especially if you work in the city, because this is located along Avenida Poblado. And then on this side, you've got Avenida Las Vegas. Right. And everybody here has a car. As you can see, as we're walking through here, you see that there's cars parked. This is a Saturday. There's also, every building has parking structure or parking lot underneath, like the basement parking. You're going to have to deal with some traffic because Medellin just has traffic all the time, but you can get in and out easily.
Another pro is the safety here in Santa Maria de los Angeles. In my 10 years of living here, your 15, 16 years of living here, I don't think we've ever heard of anyone being robbed or any kind of crime going on in this area.
I've never heard of anybody getting like held up at gunpoint in Santa Maria de los Angeles. And I think I know why.
Why is that?
Because there are some politicians that live here.
Yep.
I think at one point, like the police chief of the city lived in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
So the security's tight, not only in the buildings, like you were saying, you got 24-hour security, but also because it is a higher estrato neighborhood with like important people that live in here. Yeah.
Here. The safety is just a lot.
Oh yeah, remember we showed an apartment here a while ago, and
we weren't allowed to upload it actually because the owner was a politician who wanted to keep it unlisted and not have his name out there to attract attention.
Yeah.
So another pro is that you are close to Milla de Oro and the restaurants and the shopping malls there.
Yeah, you could walk there.
You could walk there. It'd be like a 15-minute walk, 10-minute walk. You're really not going to be going up hills. And then if you wanted nightlife to go to Provenza, Manila, all the areas of El Poblado, you're about a 15-minute, 10-minute Uber ride. Another pro, in my opinion, is that you are closer to Envigado. For the reasons is that, Envigado does have some great restaurants there in Buena Mesa. They have some great parks there as well. So if you like to frequent Envigado, but you want to stay in El Poblado, Santa Maria de los Ángeles would be that area for you to be living in.
Yeah. Okay, we are here at the park. This is park number 2, and this is a playhouse and a cafe right here, and it looks like they're doing some maintenance on the park, which is unfortunate because I wanted to show you guys because it is pretty big. It crosses all the way to that other side of the street there. Well, let's get something to drink over here, Franco, and talk about the cons of living in this neighborhood. All right, Franco, what is one con about this neighborhood?
So since Santa Maria de los Ángeles sits on the lower side of El Poblado, you're gonna get limited views down here. Since there are buildings down here, you'll probably have a view towards another building. If you're lucky enough, you'll get just a small view, but you're not going to get the same kind of views as you would in Las Palmas or the upper hills of Poblado.
Yeah, I think that happens in all places that are flat here. You could get lucky and get an apartment that is unobstructed and have some sort of a view, usually to the west side of the city, but most likely you're not, right? Another con is the fact that it is way more expensive than any other neighborhood that is not in El Poblado. If you're in Laureles, if you're in Medellin, if you're in downtown, if you're in even parts of Envigado, this is going to be more expensive because, again, it is more exclusive. It's a high-income neighborhood, and there's not a lot of space to build anymore. There are no new constructions. There are no old houses that they can buy and tear down and build up. Since the demand is so high and the supply is so low, it makes these apartments very expensive.
Another con for those of you that are thinking about investing and putting it up as a rental income in this neighborhood, there are no short-term rental approved properties down here. At minimum, you're going to be doing 30-day monthly rentals.
Yeah, and many HOAs will override that and only allow you to do either 6 months or year-long contracts. So really, this is a neighborhood for someone to live in more than just renting out, month to month.
Another con, which I think could be a pro for some people, is that this isn't a trendy neighborhood. So you're not going to have a lot of nightlife around here. And if your lifestyle is going to restaurants, going to nightclubs, you're pretty far away from those areas.
Well, you're at least going to have to get in an Uber to get there.
Yeah, you're not walking.
You're not walking distance. Yeah. It's not so far in an Uber, maybe like 10, 15 minutes to Provenza, but you're not walking up the hill, in high heels with your girl.
Yeah, exactly.
In high heels,
And if that's your lifestyle and you want to be closer to that, then this neighborhood really isn't for you.
I think another con is the fact that it is denser, meaning that like the buildings are closer to each other and the building property or the area of the building is small, so most buildings don't have a ton of amenities, and since they're older, they don't have like rooftop pools or anything like that. Some of the apartment buildings here are bigger and they do have like a pool and a gym and a sauna, but most won't have that. Some of them will just have maybe like a small gym or a Turkish bath and a sauna, but that's it.
Yeah, and I think even living in a dense area would make you feel like you're compact in and claustrophobic in, so that would be like another con to add to that as well.
I think another big con is the fact that since this is not a well-known area for Americans or any other foreigners coming down here, the resale pool limits you to just the local market. You know, if you're going to be putting this up on the market in a couple of years because you want to move or you just want to get rid of it, you're basically going to be selling it to a Colombian that is looking to live here, and that could be more challenging than finding like a cash buyer that is American. I think the biggest con for a lot of, let's say, younger people is the fact that this is very residential, and you're going to find a lot of older people that own these apartments, which means that the HOA is going to be very, 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 very conservative.
Yeah.
The people running it are probably going to be in their 60s or more, and they're going to be very stringent on the rules. So be very careful about that depending on your lifestyle. If you're not a quiet person and you like to have parties, you like to have people over, just know that most of these HOAs here are going to be very conservative, very strict. And the absolute biggest con for anybody coming down here to buy a property from another country is the fact that there's no centralized database for finding properties online like there is in the United States, where you have like the MLS and you have websites like Zillow where you can do comps on your own. Here you need a professional to help you, because if you're trying to do it on your own, you're not going to know what to do or where to look. That's why we've created our own MLS, the Medellin Living Search System, where we become your MLS. You give us your requirements, your budget, what you're looking for exactly, and we will scan our database and other databases in the city to find you the perfect property, line up the listings, we'll go look at them together. We'll do comps together with you so that you could see whether you're getting a good deal or not. We'll be there through the entire purchase process, and once your name is on that deed and you need to get that investor visa, we've got the attorneys that can help you do that as well. Or if you need to rent that place out, we have our own property management company. We're kind of like a one-stop shop here, Franco.
Yeah, so when you're ready to start that process, fill out our form. The link is down below in the description. Fill out the form and someone on the team will reach out to you. We'll see you guys on the next video.
Later.